The date is June 26, 2024, and the Guardians' 26th ranked prospect, Jhonkensy Noel, steps in for his first Major League at-bat. The at the time 22-year-old took the first pitch for a ball inside and did not leave the batter's box. On the next pitch, he takes a huge swing and loses the bat down the third base line. As a spectator, you may think that he's going through some first game jitters. And first game jitters or not, it does not matter, as he takes another big swing, and this one he drives deep into center field for a huge home run. This one had an exit velo of 106 miles per hour and traveled 413 feet. No accidental home run here. And just like that, this home run was enough to skyrocket him to the top of the all-time OPS career rankings. Nearly 4,000 points higher than number 2 Babe Ruth and number 3 Ted Williams. Similarly, he's also nearly 4,000 points better than this year's OPS leader, Aaron Judge. But unsurprisingly, as the season has progressed, he has come back to earth. The 5,000 OPS is no more, but he is still posting a very respectable 886 OPS as of August 12th. But that drop-off in OPS does not mean that Jhonkensy has stopped mashing. Since June 26th, he's added 7 home runs to his season total, culminating in a 2 home run game against the Chicago Cubs on August 12th, a game in which he also made a spectacular defensive play. But you can do the math. 7 plus 1, that's only 8. That's not a lot of home runs. But the player that has came to be known as Big Christmas has gifted us those 8 home runs in only 80 at-bats. That's a home run in 10% of his at-bats this year, a mark that matches almost exactly to Aaron Judge, the MLB home run leader. So why is Aaron Judge the AL MVP favorite when Jhonkensy Noel is not even an all-star? The answer is quantity. Judge has crushed 42 home runs in nearly 420 at-bats this year. And Aaron Judge got more at-bats in July alone than Jhonkensy Noel has in his entire career, spanning from June 26th to August 12th. And as I'm recording this, Jhonkensy Noel just crushed another home run, bringing it up to 11% of his at-bats this year being home runs. So how is Judge getting so many more at-bats than Noel? And the answer is quite simple. Judge plays every day, and Noel does not. And you might be thinking, well, Judge is a hard-working fellow that shows up and works every day, and Jhonkensy Noel's taken all these off days. He doesn't deserve to be an MVP. But what if I told you that it's not Jhonkensy's fault that he's not playing every day? It's his. Jhonkensy Noel has mostly played right field, first base, and DH so far this year. But Stephen Vogt has opted for players like David Fry, Will Brennan, Josh Naylor, Daniel Schneemann, and as of recently, Lane Thomas to fill those spots regularly in the lineup. So is it the right decision to have this rotating cast of players, or should Jhonkensy Noel be an everyday player? While this answer might be complicated, we'll start out with the easy part. Josh Naylor is the everyday first baseman for the 2024 Cleveland Guardians. Josh's future in Cleveland may be up in the air, but for right now, he's too important of a player to be leaving out of the lineup with any regularity. He got his first All-Star appearance and his OPS is over 800. It's just really hard to leave a bat like his out of the lineup. And while the platoon opportunity is there with Noel being a righty and Naylor being a lefty, Naylor's status as a cornerstone of this lineup means that we're going to have to find another position for Noel to fill on this team. Jhonkensy is a third baseman by trade, but obviously Jose Ramirez is going to present a huge roadblock for him at that position. So if the goal is to have Big Christmas play every day, we're looking at right field and DH. DH is a spot that has been mostly filled by all-star utility man David Fry this year. The optimized offensive lineup might see him at catcher, but the defensive abilities of Bo Naylor and Austin Hedges have prevented that from being an everyday reality. Fry is in the midst of a breakout season this year, and it's hard to not have him in the lineup every day. But is he really a better hitter than Jhonkensy Noel? I'd argue no. David Fry beats out Jhonkensy Noel in on-base percentage, but Noel bests him in OPS and xWOBA. Additionally, Fry looks more like a platoon bat, as his platoon splits are way more drastic than Noel's. But let's not get things twisted. David Fry's numbers are not bad at all. Ideally, you're going to want to have both of these guys in the lineup every day. So while it is enticing to have Jonk be the next Pronk at DH for the Guardians, we're going to need to turn our focus to right field. Presently, Noel's 3 main competitors for playing time in right field are Will Brennan, Lane Thomas, and Daniel Schneemann. Since we have a mix of righties and lefties, let's look at their platoon splits for OPS. I've included David Fry and Tyler Freeman on this list as well to get a full picture of all the players on the lineup bubble. As you can see, Jhonkensy Noel is the second best hitter in terms of OPS versus lefties in this group, only behind David Fry. And he actually has the highest OPS versus righties in this group, despite what you would think with this being a right versus right matchup. So surely if he is the best hitting option, there must be a defensive trade-off that is making these other players play over him. Nope. Among the 4 players whose primary position is right field, Lane Thomas, Will Brennan, Daniel Schneemann, and Noel himself, Noel has the highest outs above average, while the others have 0 or negative numbers. Well, what can it be? If he's a better hitter and a better fielder than all of the other options, why is he not playing every day? Well, the big knock on Noel right now is his chase rate. Chase rate is the percentage of balls outside of the strike zone that the batter swings at. So over half of the pitches that Jhonkensy has seen outside of the strike zone this year, he's swung at. And that's not good. One of the highest chase rates in the entire MLB so far this year. And as you may suspect, that has led to high strikeout numbers and low walk numbers for Noel. But this is a young player that has found at-bats hard to come by so far. Not being an everyday player can be tough, and this is a role that we've seen young players struggle with in the past. Think of Gabriel Arias. But the main difference between Arias and Noel is that when Noel hits the ball, he hits the ball hard. He's giving Vogt an incentive to play him every day, and I think with that regular playing time, that chase rate will drop. Plus his aura is off the charts. Here's my call to action to Stephen Vogt. I want an outfield with Steven Kwan and Jhonkensy Noel in the corners. This may be a bad idea defensively, but I believe that Will Brennan and Lane Thomas should be a platoon split in center field. Jose and Naylor at the corners, Andres at second base. Bo Naylor can be the catcher and Hedges can get some time too. David Fry is your main DH, but I do see him as a platoon candidate, and Rocchio, Schneemann, and Freeman can jockey it out for that shortstop position. You gotta start one, bench one and make him a utility man, and send one down to AAA so you can call up Kyle Manzardo so he can be the platoon DH with David Fry. How's that lineup looking, y'all? I think it's pretty clear. And if Stephen Vogt decides that he still does not want to play Jhonkensy Noel every day, I think it's confirmed that he hates Christmas. This video is brought to you by me, so if you're enjoying it, subscribe.